You need to add some really good components that work together. You gotta have a balance. Everything's gotta be on point.
Everything
that gives that
exactly.
You want that person to walk out of there and be like, damn,
right?
That's good stuff.
That is phenomenal. Wow.
I'm a smooth criminal. You know, Bobby, the dishes that you made were fantastic.
Thank you.
But I'm more of a simpler man.
That's fine.
You know, you give me a good cigar, cold beer, and some good stick-to-your-ribs food.
Yeah. I love that. And I love that. That's why I love hanging out with people who have differences in their in the way they cook things. And
exactly. I learned from you. I learned stuff from you yesterday, which is really cool.
I cannot wait to see what you're doing and to try your food.
What I brought here is I brought my beef ribs, I brought my jalapeno cheddar cheese cornbread, and my collard greens. And when it comes to the collard greens and the cornbread, we have been making this my whole life. My wife put a nice spin on it as far as the jalapeno and the cheddar cheese inside of it. But you know, this is a main staple in our household that we cook multiple times throughout the year. I'm from the Midwest, and we like our cornbread like cake.
Right. I like that too. Yeah.
I mean, and I've had cornbread the other way, which is great too.
Yep.
So what we have here for ingredients is we got some cornmeal, some flour, some baking soda, baking powder, some cream corn, which is the kicker.
I agree with that 100%.
I got some oil in there, some minced jalapenos, minced onions,
nice,
cheddar cheese,
awesome,
whole milk,
yep,
sugar, eggs.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Did you go right to the pan?
No, I need a bowl. You got a bowl?
Yeah, I got a bowl.
All right, let's get a bowl. Everything I cook is special. You know what I mean? It's great flavor. It's got savoriness, it's got a little, I mean, when it comes to cornbread, it's savory, it's got a little sweetness. And cornbread doesn't take very long. Once you get the mixtures all together, it takes 30, 35 minutes. What we do back at home, we do well, you know, as far as our foods. They may be simpler, but they're fantastic. So it's really simple. What I like to do is I like to incorporate all the dry ingredients first, so therefore they're evenly distributed into the mix. I just kind of come in here with my hands a little bit. And, and the key on this cornbread, one of the keys is once you incorporate the wet ingredients, you do not overmix it. Now I just use my hands when I do this part. Everything is kind of blended together in a good way, and that's about it. So the next thing you got to do is just take your pan, and I'll take some butter, so you don't want the cornbread sticking to the pan.
Right. Moe is an excellent cook. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's got all the right flavors. He cooked steaks for me last night, and when I tried his steak, I was like, ooh, he just one-upped me.
What's great about these monoliths, you can get these things to run clean.
Right.
You got your barbecue grease set, look at that.
Yep.
Clean.
Right.
I have no problem putting my cornbread right in that bad boy.
Awesome.
Now, 375 degrees, moisture is key.
Yeah.
When you add the cream corn, obviously the cream corn is sweet, the onion, which is awesome in cornbread, the jalapeno, so you get that savory note along with the sweetness. It's just awesome, that's all I can say. The next thing that we're gonna talk about is, we're gonna talk about a dish that is a true classic side dish. They've been making this dish in the South forever.
Okay.
Traditionally, collard greens were in the South, that's what was a main staple. People ate it regularly. But it's become, like where the part of the country I'm from, in Iowa, it was more of a during the holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. We cooked it multiple times throughout the year. This is just great. Collard greens have a huge stalk. It's a huge leaf, and it has a stalk in the middle. Some people just chop them up, put everything in it. But with that stalk, it's very firm. What makes it a little easier is if you do some of the prep the night before. That stem is still attached to that leaf. It takes a lot to get them tender. And even then, it can also give you a little bitterness that you don't want in that stock. So we remove the stems. So I do that the night before generally. Sometimes we just do it right before we start cooking them. I was raised on using smoked turkey.
Okay.
I think it just gives a great flavor to the collard greens. It's a little healthier.
Yep.
It just tastes great. We've actually had in my neighborhood collard green battles.
Have you really?
Oh my God, yeah. We have people, I got a friend of mine, they're from North Carolina, and so he was really adamant about his greens. So we had about 10 people bring in collard green dishes.
No kidding. Who won?
Big Moe Cason did.
Damn right.
And he was shocked.
Good job.
For me, what I do is I'll get some just regular, basic bacon.
Yep.
You don't need to get none of this brown sugar bacon, none of that. Just hickory smoked bacon, plain bacon, that's fine. All I'm using the bacon for is to get flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm actually gonna take the bacon once it's cooked down and discard the actual bacon and just use the fat as my rendering for my next step.
Okay.
So
You're not throwing that bacon away. You can feed a lot of people here in PA with that.
That's true, that's true, that's true, that's true. The first thing I want to render down is the onions, and then celery's next.
Okay.
See how the onions and the celery's translucent?
Yeah.
It's soaked up all that nice bacon fat.
Yep.
Okay, so now with your bacon, your onions, and your celery, you want to get a stock pot going. And I use, like I said again, we use smoked turkey legs.
Yeah.
It's all about the stock.
Right.
It's the liquid that you season that up first.
Yeah.
Before you add any of your collards to it.
Okay.
And the collards are just like sprinkles on a cupcake.
Right.
It just absorbs that flavor and it just puts that collard green flavor into the stock, which finishes it up. You know, turkey adds a great flavor to that stock. And you have to cook them and boil them to where the meat's falling off the bone. So what you do, you pull the turkey legs out after an hour and a half of boiling, you get rid of the cartilage, the ligaments, you get rid of that, and then you put the meat back into the stock. And then all you need to do at that time is add your onions, your celery, you add your collard greens, and you start cooking them down to where they get nice and tender.
Just give it a little rub.
And I just kind of season her up.
Okay.
And now, as she's cooking down, you just come in with the spoon to taste it.
Right.
If it needs a little bit more red pepper flakes, you go ahead.
Taste it along the way until it's right.
Until it's right.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about beef ribs. That's what I brought here today.
Yeah, this looks amazing.
Yeah. We'll grab the other one too. These beef ribs went on at 10 o'clock last night. They cooked all night long, low and slow. Kind of treated like a brisket. I leave the membrane on at the bottom because that helps hold the meat together. If you cook this correctly, they're going to be super tender. So they've been on, what, 12 hours?
At least.
12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real low.
Yeah, real low. 210, 250.
Holy mother. That looks amazing.
You should be able to come in here like this and just go.
You gotta get a you gotta get a close up of that.
So that's
beef
money.
Ribs, man. That's Texas style. That is phenomenal. Wow.
I'll tell you, my buddy Bob's got some fantastic rubs and sauces, but you just take a little bit of that, you get a little hit of barbecue sauce, if that's what you're all about.
Right.
And that's it.
See, I like a good balance. You know, I like to serve the meat with the dry rub.
Yeah.
And then put some warm sauce on the side. And if anybody wants that sauce, they can dip it in.
Exactly here.
Doesn't that make sense? It's about time somebody brought good barbecue to PA.
Well, you got good barbecue, brother. I'm just trying to.
I know. Holy mother of God.
Yes.
Right?
Look at that. Look at the juice on there.
Look at that. Holy
It's simple as that. Beef ribs are one of the simplest things to cook.
Do you have a recipe for this that you want to post? Because we'll call it Moe Cason's Holy Beef Ribs. Because that's how good they are.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, brother.
You got it. Do I get to try this cornbread for the first time?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That, no lie, is the best cornbread I ever had in my life. Ever in my life.
Come on, man.
I swear to God. Like you said earlier, I was saying, a touch of sweet, kind of like sweet cornbread, but the way this played out, the cheese gives it moisture,
yep.
The cream corn, the saltiness, and the little bit of jalapeno pepper. This is the best cornbread I ever had in my life. Dude, you rocked it.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man.
You got it.
This is how we cook back at home, man.
Collard greens look like they're rendered and beautiful. They got that sheen to them. That is perfect. You know, even though you're good friends, when you get to competing, now you're like, all right, I know he's a damn good cook.
I love my brother Bob. He whooped my gluteus maximus in Germany, but I'm telling you, I think next time is gonna be my turn.
And there's gonna be times where I beat him and times where he beats me, and that's okay. You know, we're just having fun doing it. I'm gonna kick your ass again.
No, you're not.
I cannot wait to kick your ass
Redemption, brother. Redemption.
again. You think so?
I know
All right.
so. I know so.
Bring it. Bring it.
Oh, I got it.